You'll think the ghost child is the horror here. You'll assume she's the one haunting hallway 7. But the truth? She's the warning. The real nightmare is what's trapped inside the fire extinguisher. And by the time I opened it, I'd already doomed us all. Let me start from the beginning. I took the night shift at St. Mary's Hospital to pay off student loans. The place was ancient, flickering lights, peeling wallpaper, and a pediatric wing that hadn't been renovated since the 90s. The first week was quiet, too quiet. Then I heard the footsteps. Every night around 2 a.m., slow, shuffling steps echoed down hallway 7. The security cameras showed nothing. My supervisor, Linda, shrugged it off. "Old buildings settle," she said. But the footsteps sounded deliberate, like someone pacing. On my 10th shift, I saw her, a little girl, no older than 6, standing at the end of hallway 7. She wore striped pajamas, her hair in pigtails, clutching a stuffed rabbit. "Can I have water?" she asked, her voice tiny. I filled a paper cup at the nurse's station. When I turned around, she was gone. The cup sat untouched on the floor. The next night, she reappeared. Same spot, same request. This time I followed her. She led me to room 712, a storage closet labeled restricted. The door was cold, locked. "They're thirsty too," she said, pointing to the closet. Then she vanished. I asked Linda about room 712. She froze. "That wing's been closed since 95. Electrical fire killed 12 kids, don't go there." But the girl kept coming, night after night. Her pajamas grew darker, stained. Her skin cracked like burnt paper. One night she grabbed my wrist. Her hand left a sooty mark. "You have to let them out," she pleaded, "before they burn again." I broke protocol. Stole the keys. Inside room 712, there was no storage, just a charred crib, a melted IV pole, and a fire extinguisher mounted on the wall. Rusted, its gauge stuck on red. The girl stood beside it. "Open it," she whispered. I pulled the pin. Black smoke billowed out, thick and acrid. Voices screamed, children's voices. The walls blistered, the floor warped. The girl's stuffed rabbit caught fire. "They're coming," she said, backing away. The extinguisher emptied. The smoke cleared. The room was pristine. No burns, no crib. Just the extinguisher, now shiny and full. The next night, the footsteps weren't alone. Giggles echoed down hallway 7. Shadows darted past doorways. The girl reappeared, her pajamas pristine again. "You shouldn't have done that," she said. "Now they'll start over." The fire alarm blared. Patients screamed. Nurses ran. But the halls were empty. No smoke, no flames, just the smell of burning plastic. Linda found me clutching the extinguisher. "You idiot," she hissed. "That's not for fires, it's for them. Every decade they pick a new nurse to feed it, to keep the fire trapped." The girl tugged my scrubs. "I tried to warn you, now you're the keeper. The extinguisher's gauge now reads 12. Last night, a new patient checked in. A little boy with a cough. He asked for water. I know what happens next. You'll think the abandoned mall is haunted by ghosts. You'll assume the shadows are lost souls. But here's the truth. The mall isn't haunted. It's hungry. And by the time I realized what it needed to survive, I'd already become its next meal. Let me start from the beginning. I took the job as a night guard at Willowbrook Mall because I was desperate. The place shut down in 2008 after a roof collapse killed 3 workers. Now it's just rotting escalators, shattered storefronts, and a parking lot full of weeds. The pay was triple minimum wage. I didn't ask why. The first night was quiet. Too quiet. No rats, no wind, just the hum of broken fluorescent lights. Around 2 a.m., the security camera feeds glitched. When they came back, a figure stood in the food court, tall, hunched, wearing a janitor's uniform. I radioed my boss. "You're alone out there," he said. "Always are." The second night, the carousel in the old toy store started spinning. No power in the building. I checked the breaker. Rusted shut. The horses creaked. their painted eyes chipped and staring. I unplugged the motor. The carousel kept turning. On the fifth night, the intercom crackled to life. A child's voice. "Mike, come play hide and seek." My name wasn't on my badge. I didn't tell anyone my name. I followed the voice to the toy store. The carousel was still. Dolls sat arranged. In a circle on the floor, their heads twisted toward a photo in the center, my hiring paperwork. A dusty teddy bear held a note. "You're warmer than the last guard. I quit the next morning." My boss laughed. "You signed a contract, 6 months or penalty." The penalty was my firstborn. I thought it was a joke. I stayed. The hallucinations got worse. Figures in the arcade, their reflections glitching in dead screens, voices whispering from shutters. "He didn't last 6 weeks. Will you?" One night, the intercom screamed. A man's voice, ragged and wet. "They're in the E-wires walls." I followed the sound to the maintenance tunnels. The walls were clawed open, insulation spilling out like guts. Inside, a security guard's uniform, my size, stained with something black and sticky. A name tag. Mike. The next shift, the mall changed. Store signs lit up. Grand opening. Mannequins posed in windows, their faces melted. The food court reeked of popcorn and burnt meat. A shadow figure waved from Auntie Anne's. "Hungry?" It rasped. I ran. The exits were chained. The carousel spun faster, dolls flying off, cracking like bones. The intercom blared, "Stay! Stay! Stay!" In the control room, I rewound the cameras. Last week's footage showed me, smiling, wandering the mall, pressing my face to the lens. The timestamp? Next month. The intercom clicked. My boss's voice cold. "You're part of the property now. Feed the mall, or it feeds on you." Child giggled. The toy store door slammed. Inside, the dolls were gone. The circle now held my keys, my wallet, and a Polaroid of me sleeping in the guard booth. The back read, "Almost time." Last night, the power died. My flashlight revealed. Words scrawled on every wall. "Your turn." The janitor stood at the end of hallway B, pointing at a hole in the floor. Inside, a skeleton in a guard uniform, radio still crackling. "Help! Help! Hell! The mall's not abandoned. It's alive. And it needs a new guard every 6 months to keep the lights off and the doors locked." The carousel's slowing down. The dolls are back in their boxes. But the intercom just whispered, "New hire starts tomorrow. I think I'm supposed to train him." You'll think the trucker is a ghost. You'll assume he's here to haunt me. But the truth, he's not the one trapped here. The gas station is. And by the time I realized what it needed to survive, I'd already pumped the wrong kind of fuel, straight into my veins. Let me start from the beginning. I took the night shift at Pete's Gas and Go off Highway 17 because I needed cash fast. The place was a relic. Flickering neon sign, cracked pumps, and a convenience store that smelled like stale coffee and regret. The owner, Pete, warned me, lock the doors after midnight. Weirdos out here. The first week was quiet, just truckers grabbing snacks and diesel. Then, on a rainy Tuesday, a rig pulled in. No headlights, no engine noise. It just appeared. The driver wore a leather jacket and a trucker hat pulled low. His face was shadowed, but his voice grated like gravel. "Fill her up," he said, slapping a $20 on the counter. I went outside. The truck's tank was rusted, the license plate caked in mud. When I hooked up the pump, the meter spun backward. 999 liters. I blinked. The screen reset. "Need more," the driver said, suddenly behind me. His eyes were pure black. No whites, no pupils, just voids. I stumbled back. He laughed, a sound like grinding metal, and climbed into his cab. The truck rumbled to life, spewing black smoke. As it pulled away, I glimpsed the trailer's interior through a cracked door. Shapes moved inside, human-shaped. Pete didn't believe me. "You're seeing things," he said. "Just stay sharp." But the truck kept coming. Every night, same time, same driver, same backward meter. One night, he tossed me a Polaroid. It showed me behind the counter, my face gaunt, eyes hollow. "The timestamp, next week, almost ready," he said. I quit. Pete threatened to sue. Turns out the job contract had a 6-month minimum clause in tiny print. The penalty? 1 pound of flesh. I thought it was a joke. I stayed. The hallucinations worsened. The soda cooler hummed with whispers. The security cameras showed shadow figures stocking shelves with products that didn't exist. Eternal life energy drinks. Soul fire jerky. One night, the driver didn't leave. He leaned on the counter, reeking of diesel and rot. "You know why this station's still here?" he asked. "It's a beacon. Folks like you. You're the kindling." He dropped a key on the counter. "Check the basement." The door under the storeroom was padlocked. The key fit. Inside, files dated back to the 1930s. Accidents, disappearances, suicides. Every decade, a new attendant. All vanished. A newspaper headline. Highway 17 Inferno. Gas station owner Pete Kowalski dies in mysterious fire. The date, 1987. But Pete hired me last month. The driver's truck idled outside. The trailer door creaked open. Inside, bodies. Hung from hooks, skin translucent, veins filled with a black oily liquid. "Human fuel," the driver said, gripping my shoulder. "Pete's been dead 36 years. The station keeps him alive. Now it's your turn." The phone rang. Pete's voice. "Don't listen. Run." But the gas pumps whirred to life, nozzles snaking toward me like vipers. The driver pinned me down. "The station's hungry. You'll feed it or become it." The needle plunged into my arm. I woke up at dawn. The station looked new. Fresh paint, buzzing lights, smiling customers. Pete waved from the office, his face unburned, young. "Great job last night," he said. "You're a natural." The register drawer held Polaroids. The top one showed the driver in his truck, with my face behind the wheel. The pump meter still reads 999 liters, but now I'm the one saying, "Fill her up." If you've made it this far, then you know this story is just the beginning. But trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a spine-chilling moment. Every week, we dive deeper into the unknown, unraveling dark stories and unexplained mysteries that'll keep you up at night. And hey, if you enjoyed the terror, share this with your friends, because what's the fun in being scared alone, right? Let them experience the thrill, the suspense, and the heart-pounding moments with you. Trust me, they'll thank you later. Stay tuned for more stories, and remember, the darkness is always closer than you think. Subscribe now, and let's keep exploring the unknown together.